Something happened to a local teacher last fall that he won't soon forget. He was at work, headed to teach gym class when he suddenly collapsed. It has been a long recovery for Mark Lassiter. The Bayside Academy coach sat down with me to talk about how his life was saved. Tonight, a room rescue from some unlikely first responders.
He was coming in, I was like, "Are you okay, Coach Lassiter?" He's like, and he was about to talk, then he fell down. And I didn't know what was going on.
A lesson on saving a life played out right in the classroom.
We all thought that he was joking, but then we saw his face turning purple.
This was no joke, and not a drill either.
I just yelled, "Coach is on the ground."
Their teacher, Mark Lassiter, was in trouble. He was having a near-fatal heart attack. And so it happened right here in this hallway by this trash can. The coach says he just fell down. He woke up in the hospital days later after being in an induced coma.
I was really scared. It was something I just wasn't ready for, you know.
Lassiter doesn't remember much from that day, but Beth Johnson certainly does. She was one of many faculty members who went to work on the coach using the automated external defibrillator, or AED, to shock his heart until an ambulance got there.
Stay calm. Follow these voice instructions.
Everything went to a T that day, and Mark is here with us today because everybody did their job.
It's training the school says you have, but you never really expect or hope to use. Lassiter suffered from what's called ventricular fibrillation. It's a rapid heart rhythm that prevents the heart from pumping blood. Dr. Craig Peterson with Eastern Shore Heart Center says it's a good thing the staff was trained on what to do and had the right equipment.
If you go down and nothing's done, in about 4 minutes you start to develop irreversible brain damage. And after 6 minutes or so, it's pretty much irreversible. That's why it's important to have people trained in CPR.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Lassiter also credits his students, who he now calls his first responders. He says he wouldn't be here today if not for them. They were the first to come to his rescue, sounding the alarm something wasn't right.
I was able to come back to school and simply tell them thank you. I mean, what do you say to people who save your life?
So he says thank you.
I'm glad that he's alive.
Lassiter underwent surgery. Doctors removed a 70% blockage from his arteries and installed a cardioverter defibrillator in his chest. It's a device that's like a pacemaker and defibrillator combined. He should be okay, but if he needs help again, his first responders are up for that task and more. He says that you guys are his little heroes. What do you think about that?
Happy, kind of. Happy and excited that he's healed. I really like being a superhero. I wish when I was a little kid that's what I wanted to be, a superhero. So that's what I wanted to be, a superhero like Spider-Man.
And on that day, he certainly was. February is Heart Disease Awareness Month. Coach Lassiter is hoping to inspire others. He said he had no warning, so he is sharing his story to warn others to check your heart. He says know your blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol numbers, your BMI numbers as well, because it just could save your life.